We got a month and a half left for 2019, but more time for another reboot to hit theaters. But was it worth it? Let's find out. Hey everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing Charlie's Angels, which is directed by Elizabeth Banks, who also helped with the screenplay. This film stars Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, Ella Balinska, Elizabeth Banks, Patrick Stewart. It's so many people in this film that I don't even have time to name everyone, but just know, go to that IMDb, it's a lot of names up in here. So, for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and should you pay or wait to see this film in theaters? The holidays are coming up, we gotta save these coins, and I am here to help you make a well-informed decision on how to spend them. So, also, too, I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for who have donated to my GoFundMe and help send Pay or Wait to LA. I will have more things about that in the description section below. If you guys want to share, if you want to donate, do what you do. But I appreciate you regardless. So going into what I enjoyed about this movie. So I don't know about you. I was very apprehensive when I heard that they were doing a Charlie's Angels reboot. And I really wanted to see how they would expand this world from what we've seen. There's been 2 television series based on Charlie's Angels. There's been a reboot in the early 2000s. So I was just like, what can 2019 bring to Charlie's Angels? And one of the things that I did enjoy was them showing what the evolution of this Townsend agency, what it would look like in 2019. How would it expand? How has it succeeded in training, these women to basically help save the world? And I really enjoyed kind of the quirky way that they decided to show what that expansion looks like. What does the new vision of the Townsend agency look like? And I thought they did a very great job with it. Now also too, I do want to talk about the message. I know a lot of people are like, is this going to be like super woke? Is this why we're doing a reboot? And I got a little scared at the beginning of the film, kind of with how the credits open. And for me, it's very important to tell a message. And one of the things that I do enjoy about this franchise is how we show these women who work together and they're kicking butt, saving the world, looking good while doing it. That's one of the things that I appreciated. But I do think that outside of the opening credits, I think that the film does a very great job of conveying that message, showing it through actions than necessarily beating it over your head with the dialogue. I thought that they did a great job of kind of balancing that out, which I know that that was a worry of a lot of people. Now, also, too, I have to give it up to Kristen Stewart. So Kristen Stewart plays one of the angels, Sabina. And so she is this really carefree, low-key annoying, but she's meant to be annoying character. But she was so hilarious to watch on screen. She was probably one of the only reasons that I had some sense of enjoyment while watching this film, just to see her in this different role, because she plays a lot of dramatic roles, and so we really only get to see one side of her, but she's so funny in this film. I was just like, ma'am, did you just really mean to say that? I just didn't understand, but she gave me the laughs that I needed, and you can tell that she was having fun like in this movie, which made you enjoy the movie and have fun as well. Now also too, since we're on the Stewarts, I gotta talk about Patrick Stewart, because he was having a lot of fun in his role as Bosley, and I love how they kind of incorporate him into the history of Charlie's Angels as well, which is another pro that I would have to say, because I do like that they understand that there are other versions of Charlie's Angels that have come before them, the TV shows, the movies, and they do a very great job of paying homage to the previous angels that have come, and so they find a way to kind of show that, like, hey, this is not necessarily a reboot. We still exist in the same universe, and we want to pay homage to the women who have come before us. And so I really did enjoy that. But guys, that kind of wraps us up with the pros. Let's get into the cons of this movie. So first and foremost, one of the issues that I did have with this movie was the villains. The villains were very lackluster to me. And so one of the, because we never know who's good, who's bad. We know there's always twists and turns, and I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. But I will say, for one of our villains, Jonathan Tucker, who plays Hodak, I would have to say he did look the part. He looked dapper, but he looked menacing. It almost gave me the vibes. Well, actually, I kind of lusted after him. I'm not going to lie to y'all, because I was going to say it reminded me of the creepy Thin Man in the 2000 reboot, but I didn't lust after him. But kind of this he's silent in the film. He doesn't say very much, but he conveys a lot on screen. But I will have to say, due to the writing of this film and going into the third act, as we really get back into kind of this conspiracy of what is happening with this company, you know, who is trying to kill Elena, because there's just so much happening in the third act, I really like the villain, or villains, could be more than one villain, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. I felt as though that they were kind of trying, the two acts are so different from the third one that you can clearly tell in the third act of the film, they were like, oh crap, we got to get back to this conspiracy and we got to figure out who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, who's good girl, who's bad girl. We have to figure all this out. And because there was so much going on, I was just like, I don't even care who's the villain at this point, because I don't believe none of y'all. I can't, no, I didn't believe it. It really took me out of it. And another thing that took me out of the film would have to be the action sequences. Now, it stays on brand with the women doing some badass things, but in how some of these scenes are shot, and also too with the choreography, I was not a fan of the choreography. Some of the fighting sequences, the hand-on-hand combat, you know, the shots are so closed in that it just looks like, And I was just like, guys, like I can't even enjoy this action sequence. I can't even like necessarily get into her trying to kick this person's butt, because the choreography is just so bad and it's just not shot very well to really make you appreciate what is happening on screen. And so for me, a lot of the sequences, they tried to go big. It has some nice guns, nice explosions in the film, but it just really left me wanting so much more. Like, that could have been shot so much better to make me enjoy that scene. And I would really have to say that would deal with the direction of Elizabeth Banks. I would say that there's still more work to be done when it comes to, you know, how to film action, how to film fighting choreography to where it doesn't look slow, it doesn't look choppy. I just think that there's a lot more for Elizabeth to learn in that arena. But kudos for even trying in the first place. Now also too, I went into kind of the essence of Charlie's Angels. And one of the things that I had an issue with in this film is the teamwork aspect of women actually working together, not fighting against one another. And so this is kind of turned upside down in the film, as the women kind of have a rocky start as they are trying to learn to work together, but it really feels like every woman is kind of doing their own thing in the film. And it really took me out of that whole women working together, like kicking other people's butts, but having fun while doing it. It just really lost that portion of it for me. I think they found the essence of that towards the end of the film, but I really didn't like them trying to kind of take that out of it. And I think for me overall, when I walked out of Charlie's Angels, I can say this movie wasn't trash. It's not a horrible film, but it's not a great film. And I think that when we're getting into this world of reboots, when we're constantly remaking films, there has to be something new that you're adding to this franchise. There has to be a reason that I walk out and say, you know what? I didn't ask for this, but I love what they added to it. And for me, it just really missed the mark. And there was nothing that they did to really rejuvenate the franchise to make you feel as though that this reboot was needed. And to be honest, I actually went home and rewatched the 2000s, the first 2000 film of Charlie's Angels. And I was just like, you know what? This franchise is meant to be campy. It's meant to be over the top. It's meant to be funny. And I felt like, I know a lot of people don't like the 2001, but I don't care. I liked it. I was just like, I love the action in it. I love how over the top it was, but they were just badasses looking at them fight these men, fight these women. It was just so fun to watch. And I just didn't have that feeling when I walked out of Charlie's Angels, the reboot of 2019. So what I would tell you to do for you and your coins, I would tell you guys to wait. I'm sorry. I wasn't feeling it. I think it was a great effort, but it just really overall fell flat for me. There was not enough pros to outweigh the issues that I had with this film. And I know that it probably will get a reboot. It has a lot of positive reactions to it. And I will say that a lot of people did walk out of the movie enjoying it. I personally think that a lot of people enjoyed it more because the expectations were set so low for the film in the first place. But for me, if they can fix a lot of the issues that I had with this reboot, I would be willing to give a sequel a chance. I guess we'll just have to wait and see if they're going to get it. But those are my thoughts on Charlie's Angels. As always, my name is Sharona from Para Waits. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.